Thank you very much. I would like to say that in my opinion the current situation in Montenegro is not imaginable in the 21st century, and some historical legal principles say that the church and the state are separated. Also, in the modern democratic world, there are no state religions. And we now see that it's possible to create a state religion in a party meeting or a political congress, party congress. And if you look at the context of the situation, when the so-called Freedom of Religion Act was adopted in the 2 o'clock in the morning, after an entire political fraction, opposition parties was arrested. So the main purpose of such an act is nationalizing property estates of the Serbian Orthodox Church in Montenegro and banishing it from Montenegro. I would like to remind everybody that the current president of Montenegro, Milo Đukanović, is in power for more than 30 years. During that time, from the communist period before the fall of the Berlin Wall, and during that time, that man changed his nationality, his religious beliefs, his policy, and his ideology several times. Everything in function of staying in power. Also, he was charged with tobacco trafficking accusations by the Italian court in Bari, but never stood trial because of the diplomatic immunity he possesses. Can somebody imagine that the state of France adopts an act that would nationalize the Cathedral of Notre Dame and take it away from the Catholic Church? This situation is unfortunately the sad reality in Montenegro. During this 30 years period, Milo Đukanović has created a country for himself, a nation for himself, and now tries to create a church for himself. Everything at the expense of the Serbian community. My suggestion is that the Council of Europe should alarm the international community, the international public, because everything that is now happening in Montenegro is against the European Convention of Human Rights and against the Constitution of Montenegro.
Thank you, distinguished colleagues. Today we are debating on organ transplant tourism. It looks like everybody has forgotten about the resolution 1782 from 2011, investigation about allegations of inhuman treatment of people and illicit trafficking in human organs in Kosovo and Metohija, and the Dick Marty report. The resolution states that numerous concrete and convergent indications confirm that some Serbians and some Kosovo Albanians were held prisoner in secret places of detention under the KLA control in northern Albania and were subjected to inhuman and degrading treatment, frequently before ultimately disappearing. Organs were removed from prisoners at a clinic on Albanian territory and taken abroad for transplantation. And the person behind these crimes is ex-KLA leader and the current president of the so-called Republic of Kosovo, Hashim Thaçi. And this terrorist and war criminal is respected and accepted by the elite international community. Most of the Western countries that recognize the Republic of Kosovo and even stood next to Mr. Macron and Mrs. Merkel under the Arch de Triomphe during the 100 years World War I ceremony. And for the hypocrisy to be even bigger, a condition of the European Union for Serbia is to recognize the independence of the so-called Republic of Kosovo. I must say that there are no honorable men and women in Serbian politics that are ready for such an action. Serbia will never accept the illegal occupation of its territory. We insist that the European institutions, the European Union, the Council of Europe, every international institution, investigate and punish all responsible for organ trafficking in Kosovo and Metohija and stop supporting a terrorist state in the very heart of Europe. Thank you.